राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवर धारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवर धारी गो यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना जमुना तीरा वनचारी जमुना तीरा वनचारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवर धारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना जमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Jam Vishnupad Paramhams Parivrajagacharya Ashtotara Shata Shri Srimati His Divine Grace AC Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jam Vishnupad Paramhams Parivrajagacharya Ashtotara Shata Shri Srimati His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki. All glories to assembled duties, all glories to assembled duties, all glories to assembled duties. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपः कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. This morning we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4th, entitled The Creation of Fourth Order, Chapter 25, the characteristics of King Puranjan, and today's text is text 6. Who is operating the display? We'll wait for a minute till the time display is on. Fine. So we have the shloka on display. Text 6. Griheshu Kuta Dharmeshu Putra Dara Dhana Artha Dhi Na Param Vindate Mudha Brahmyan Samsara Vartmasu गृहेषु कूटधर्मेषु गृहेषु कूटधर्मेषु पुत्रदाराधनार्थधी पुत्रदाराधनार्थधी न परं विन्दते मूढो न परं विन्दते मूढो भ्राम्यं संसारवर्त्मसु भ्राम्यं संसारवर्त्मसु गृहेषु कूटधर्मेषु पुत्रदाराधनार्थधी न परं विन्दते मूढो भ्राम्यं संसारवर्त्मसु गृहेषु कूटधर्मेषु पुत्रदाराधनार्थधी न परं विन्दते मूढो भ्रामयन् संसारवर्त्मसु. Please recite. गृहेषु कूटधर्मेषु पुत्रदाराधनार्थधी न परं विन्दते मूढो भ्राम्यन् संसारवर्त्मसु गृहेषु कूटधर्मेषु पुत्रदाराधनार्थधी न परं विन्दते मूढो भ्राम्यन् संसारवर्त्मसु गृहेषु कूटधर्मेषु पुत्रदाराधनार्थधी न परं विन्दते मूढो भ्राम्यन् संसारवर्त्मसु. Anybody from Vaishnavis? We will see word to word meaning. Griheshu, in family life. Kutadharmeshu, in false occupational duties. Putra, sons. Dara, wife. Dhana, wealth. Artha, the goal of life. Dhi, one who considers. Na, not. Param, transcendence. Vindate, achieves. Moodha, rascal. Brahmayan, wandering. Samsara, of material existence. Vartmasu, on the paths. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन भगवान की. श्री श्री गौर निताय चंद्र भगवान की. श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की. श्रील प्रभुपाद की. Translation. Those who are interested only in so-called beautiful life, namely remaining as a householder entangled by sons and a wife and searching after wealth, think that such things are life's ultimate goal. Such people simply wander in different types of bodies throughout this material existence without finding out the ultimate goal of life. Please recite the translation in response. Those who are interested only in a so-called beautiful life, namely remaining as a householder entangled by sons and a wife and searching after wealth, think that such things are life's ultimate goal. Such people simply wander in different types of bodies throughout this material existence without finding out the ultimate goal of life. Purport. Those who are too much attached to family life, which consists of entanglement with wife, children, wealth, and home, are engaged in Kuta Dharma, pseudo duties. Prahlad Maharaj has likened these pseudo occupational duties to a dark well, Andhakupam. Prahlada has purposefully spoken of this dark well because if one falls into a well, he will die. He may cry for help, but no one will hear him or come to rescue him. The words Brahmanyam Samsara Vartmasu are significant. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 19 chapter 151, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very clearly explains Brahmande Brahmite Kono Bhagyavana Jeev. All living entities are wandering in different types of bodies throughout different planets. And if in the course of their wandering they come in contact with a devotee by direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, their life becomes successful. Even though King Prachini Barishat was engaged in fruitive activity, the great sage Narada appeared before him. The king was fortunate to be able to associate with Narada, who enlightened him in spiritual knowledge. It is the duty of all saintly persons to follow in the footsteps of Narada Muni and travel all over the world to every country and village just to instruct illusioned persons about goal of life and to save them from entanglement of karma bandhana fruitive activities. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamahiyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroh Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So first of all I seek blessings of all the assembled devotees, in particular His Grace Anandmay Prabhu. So in this section of Srimad Bhagavatam, this is chapter 25, there is discussion about how Narad Muni is very expertly preaching to a king. So in the past few verses we have seen how the Prachetas, having been instructed by Lord Shiva, continuously offered those prayers which was given by Lord Shiva for 10,000 years. Now in the future we will see, or in this particular verses we are seeing that now that the sons of Prachini Barishat got delivered by the prayers of Lord Shiva, so Narada Muni is considering why not the father also be delivered. So here Narada Muni, out of his own accord, he is going to bring Prachini Barishat. So the character of Prachini Barishat also will come in few verses, that he was too much interested in fruitive activities. Generally those who are on average grahasthas, they are too much interested in fruitive activities. What is the too much interest? Is that they do a particular work and they want to enjoy the fruits of that result. And they are too attached to the results of their activities. There is one very interesting story which we speak to when we are preaching sometimes to the youths. Once upon a time, there is a person who used to live, his name was Kailash. We tell this story in our youth camps. So this Kailash was a very good person. He had wife and few children, and he was staying. He had a farm. So a great preacher like Narad Muni came and told him a similar instruction to Prachini Parishad that don't be too much attached to these fruitive results. Hmm? Because your own attachment to these fruitive results will ruin you. Hmm? Because the nature of these fruitive activities is that it will ruin your consciousness, it will ruin your life. Hmm? So he came and gave very good instructions. So that man called Kailash, he denied accepting the path given by Narad Muni. He said, I am very young now. These instructions which you are telling is not pleasing to ears. Sometimes people know that these instructions are truth, but because it is not very pleasing to hear these instructions, that perform austerities, don't run behind wealth, woman and beauty of this world, it is too displeasing to the ears. So he said, no, 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 not now. Then Narad Muni asked him, if not now, when should I come? He said, come after many, many years. So Narad Muni again comes to him. And this time this guy is married, he has few children. And Narad Muni comes and tells, Kailash, are you still entangled in fruitive activities? You are expanding your farm. Last time I came was a little small, now it is very big. And now, that time you are not married, now you are married, you are having 3, 4 children. Now at least come out of these fruitive activities. I will give you a path, I will give you yoga path by which you will come out of these fruitive activities. This Kailash says, no, 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 no. My children are very young. Do you know how much it is important to take care of young children? And now my farm has increased, so I have to be more careful about taking care of farm. My wife is there. So many, what does this verse say? Putra Dara, okay, Griheshu Kuta Dharmeshu. So many occupational duties I have. So not now. Come later. So then Narad Muni feels pity. Imagine Narad Muni is coming and preaching, and this guy is telling, come later. So again Narad Muni comes after many, many years. Now this guy has become quite old now. He has grandchildren. So now Narad Muni comes and tells Kailash, my dear Kailash, why are you still entangled in these fruitive activities? Come, I will take you to forest. Now it is enough. Because the nature of fruitive activities is that a person who is not in spiritual consciousness, he thinks that I will go on doing these fruitive activities. Like somebody who is interested in accumulating wealth, you catch him at one point of time saying that how much wealth do you want to accumulate? He will say so many lakhs, for example. After he achieves that so many lakhs, you go and catch him. Is it done? He says, no, that time it was so many lakhs. Now I want so many crores. Like that. So this Kailash is also going on like that. So Narad Muni told, enough of this now. Don't too much get entangled. This old man said, Narad Muni, you are a brahmachari. You don't know what it means to have children and grandchildren. Children and grandchildren. I have to teach my children to be becoming responsible. And grandchildren are very small. How can I leave and come? This Kuta Dharma. Not possible. Then Narad Muni says, if not now, in few days you will die. He says, I don't care. For me, my family, my children, my grandchildren, and the expansion of the whole thing is more important than ultimate goal of life. So Narad Muni says, what can you do? The thing is, nobody can be forcefully made into Krishna consciousness. So Narad Muni said, okay, good, be with it. Narad Muni is also preaching, going around. After a few years, Narad Muni realized, what happened to this guy? I can't see him when I am flying over this place. He comes and sees, where is Kailash? Where is Kailash? Not seen. His children are there, his grandchildren are there. Then finally Narada Muni thought, oh, I missed a soul whom I could have preached. And from backside of Narada Muni, somebody is barking, bow, bow. Narada Muni is like, what is wrong? And he saw there's a dog. And he's barking. He says, who are you? And he says, I am Kailash, I am Kailash. Hey, see, I told you, get out of these fruitive activities. Huh? If you don't get out of these fruitive activities, you will become a dog. See what has happened. So he starts telling to Narada Muni, no, 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 I have not become dog out of my fruitive activities, but out of concern for my family. Dog protects place from being entered by unwanted people. So the farm he had, he was so attached that he did not wanted any other animals to come in. And he was so worried who will take care of the so-called property he has built. Like we see wealthy people, they keep a dog just to take care of their created property. So he says, Narada Muni, now in the form of life of dog, I am protecting my family. I am taking care that no animals, no other beings come into the farm and destroy the farm. So Narada Muni says, see what has happened to you. From human form of life, you have degraded to animal form of life. At least now you realize. Now, if you take up the path which I am showing you, you can come out of this animal form of life and at least come to human form of life. And what did that Kailash in the form of dog said? No, 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 not now. My grandchildren are still not very well protected. They should also get married. They should also have children. In the form of dog's life, I will make sure that this will happen. Then Narad Muni says, what can I do now? So that's why in Hindi there is a word called asakti. Asakti means जो आ सकती है लेकिन नहीं जा सकती. So much attached to family life. This is precisely when I first heard this line of this verse, Griheshu Kuta Dharmeshu, immediately this story flashed in my mind of Kailash. So then Narad Muni finally he said, okay, be doomed with it. What can I do? If somebody wants to remain in this material world of life, so determined to remain in material world of life, even sometimes great sages like Narad Muni say, be doomed with it. Narad Muni left. So many years passed by. Narad Muni is preaching to various people. Like as a preacher, sometimes we should be very strategic as to who is accepting Krishna consciousness and who is not. Somebody is not very receptive in Krishna consciousness, we cannot waste too much of time in preaching to them. So Narad Muni has great souls who are very receptive for their preaching. Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj. So he went on preaching. After again many years he remembered. Imagine somebody is being remembered by great soul like Narad Muni. Great fortune, right? So he thought, what happened to this Kailashar? He was too attached to his family. Let me go and see what he is doing. He goes there and he sees that dog is no more. But his sons are there, grandsons are there. Grandsons also got married. Family life expanded of Kailash. So he thought, okay, dog has at least got some better place maybe. So Narad Muni thought like that, okay, what can I do? One soul got missed. Like when we go do preaching program, a soul keeps coming regularly, but somehow he misses. We feel very sad. One conditioned soul left. So Narad Muni in that way he was walking around. He heard a hissing sound. And he said, what is this hissing sound? He turned back and saw there was a snake. And he says, farm, in the field, in a forest or a village, there will be snakes. So Narad Muni said, who are you? He said, my dear Narad Muni, I am the same Kailash. I said, see what happened, you are degrading, going on degrading. From human form of life, dog's life itself is degrading. From dog's life, if you degrade to snake's life, it's a very more degraded way of living. So then what happened? Why are you like this? He said that what happened, the dog's life went over, but still my grandsons are not taking care of this field properly. So I am hiding in a snake, what is it? Pama putta in Telugu we say, in snake's hole, and I'm protecting this field so that no other animals come. He says, hey, does your grandsons and sons know that you are living in the form of like a snake here? He says, no, 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 they don't know that I am staying here. Hmm? Because nobody will be happy if in your farm there is a snake. Narada Muni told, at least now come out of this family so-called Griha Kuta Dharma. Kailash says, no, no, no. Just now my great-grandchild has been born. If I don't stay and protect this field, huh, other animals will come and my family members will not be able to take care of themselves. So I have to be here. So Narada Muni thought this is too much, right? This is too much. Then Narada Muni did a very good thing. He called all his grandsons. He says, hey grandsons, please come. See, there is a snake in your field. So they came with a stick. They came with a stick. They somehow found the snake and they killed him. So this is what happens to a person who is very, very attached to family life. The very people whom we think that they are our protectors, or it works other way also, they themselves will destroy. Because ultimately the nature of snake is to bite. Similarly, the fruitive activities take away vital energy of a man, especially when a person is youth. His whole energy he can direct towards the engaging in Krishna consciousness. But the fruitive activities sap his entire energy. And when he becomes old, he himself will not realize. Just like this Kailash keeps on postponing his surrender to Krishna. Griheshu Kuta Dharmeshu. So Prahlad Maharaj says this is Griham Andhakupam. Andhakupam means what? If you go to a well, you know how much depth it has. But Andhakupam means those kupam which is covered with thick layers of grass. So when a well is covered with thick layers of grass, you don't know how much deep it is. And imagine you jump into that. So becoming a griha, griheshu or a grihastha or whatever, griha medhi, it's like that. You jump in a well, you don't know how much deep it is. And the plight is that when you get into this well, you may cry for help, but nobody will be there to help. In grihastha life, what happens is, what is happening in your grihastha life, only you know. Not everyone can understand what is happening there. You may call out for help, but actually nobody will be there to help. That's why it's called Graham Andha Kupam. Now there is another view also why it is called Graham Andha Kupam is that imagine by mistake while you are wandering in forest, you fell into a well and you on your own it takes very great difficulty to come out. So you need somebody else to help you out, come out of this well. It is not that by your own endeavor you can come out when you have fallen into the well. So for grahasthas, it is always help needed of a higher society class of people. That is vanaprasthas or sannyasis who will guide the grahasthas how they can slowly come out of this andhakupam. There is another reason why it is called andhakupam is that suppose you are advancing in a path and you found a well and you fell down. After great difficulty you come out, you start again from there. You have not made much progress in all this life. All this life went in coming out of that. You have not made any progress. So these are various views of the Shastras, why they are spoken like that. Because if we do not have this knowledge, then we lost in our journey in self-realization. So this is what generally may happen, not just to ordinary people, but people of the caliber of Prachini Barishad, who is the king of a very great kingdom. So now Narad Muni, the same Narad Muni who has preached to Kailash, is preaching to Prachini Barishad here. And Narad Muni knows that somebody is too attached to fruitive activities, it is very difficult to break that nut. They are very tough nuts. Especially those who are Vedic karma kandis. Those who use Vedas for sense gratification, very tough nets for them to bring into Krishna consciousness. Even when Krishna and Balram were present, there were certain class of people, Brahmanas, Vedic Karmakandis, who are too attached to fruitive activities. Even Krishna and Balram's presence couldn't make them realize the importance of Krishna consciousness. So then Prachini Barishat, if you go and tell to Prachini Barishat, that this material life is waste, you just start chanting Hare Krishna, leave your kingdom now and go. He may not accept it. So Narada Muni is using a very allegorical story of a king called Puranjan, of a person called Puranjan. And he speaks in a very enigmatic way, in a way very interesting. So then Prachini Barishad realizes that he is speaking none other than about me. Like for example, you want to tell a person that you are a foolish. If you are not in a capacity to directly scold him like that, you create a person who has similar characteristics like him and you tell him that this guy is foolish. So he will soon realize he's actually telling me as foolish. So in this way, Narada Muni very expertly preaches to King Prachini Barishat. So now the appearance of Narada Muni himself itself is a very fortunate thing. This is the next section of the purport which speaks. ब्रह्मांडे भ्रमिते कोनो भाग्यवान जीव गुरु कृष्ण कृपा पाए भक्ति लता बीज. So out of so many crores and crores of people in this material world, very, very fortunate soul actually gets this idea that I have to get out of this material entanglement. So many people in this material world are illusioned. That's why the word also called Mudha, na param vindate mudho. Why? Because the other reason of people who are in fruitive activities are called mudhas, because in general, a person in this material world goes through millions of lifetimes, karma. It is not that you are born in this human form of life. It is not that this is your first human form of life. Like millions of human form of life, you might have got, or other species of life, you might have got human form of life. So when we get sense gratification in this form of life, we generally think that because I am working hard in this life, I am getting sense gratification in this life. But whereas your sense gratification is also attributed to various other lives, karma of various other lives that you have done. So whatever sense gratification you want in this life will anyways come because of activities in previous life. You don't have to work hard in this life. That is a great mistake people think. Imagine the family in which you are born is because of your past karma. Like for example, an average lower middle class person may struggle very hard and by the end of his life he may save maybe 50 lakh rupees or something. But a person who is born in multi-million families, for him 50 lakhs is like one day's expense. Like there was a news article, one of the most richest family in India, the wife of such businessman spends around 14 to 15 lakh of rupees in one day for her beauty care. How much? 14 to 15 lakh of rupees in one day. The wife of that such a huge businessman's wife. So then where is your hard work? Whole life you worked hard to save some 50 lakhs. She spends in 2 or 3 days. Right? So only in this life karma is not all in all. So why mudha? Why mudha? Because you work very hard to get a little bit sense gratification. But you don't know that even if you don't work hard, you will get the same sense gratification. Nothing much different. So that's why it is called as mudha. Just like a donkey works very hard, very hard, very hard. And at the end of the day, he gets little grass. And he thinks that, see, my master is so, compassionate on me, that at the end of my day's work, he gives me little grass. But the donkey does not know that if you leave that hard work of taking loads of clothes on your back, you walk a little bit on street anywhere, you will get that grass anyways. Right? So similarly, in this sense gratification in this material world, you will get anyways. You don't have to work so hard in a day and feel that satisfaction that you earned your hard work of sense gratification. You will get sense gratification anyways. So Bhagyavane Jeev is that person who realizes this, that I have been working like a Muda. I have been working like a Muda. So this kind of knowledge is realized by the presence of a great saintly person. We may hear it many, many times, but still we don't actually realize what is the importance of such instructions. Generally, people are like this. Once upon a time, a great saintly person once again saw that a group of pigeons are getting stuck by a hunter's net. A hunter is coming and spreading a net, and he's putting few grains. By that, what happens? The birds are interested in eating that grains. And when they come and sit on the net and start eating the grains, their legs get entangled in the net. And the hunter comes and catches the bird. Just like a monkey also. To catch a monkey is very easy. You put a very narrow-necked vessel and keep moongfali inside that. The neck should be as much as a hand goes without the groundnuts. So the monkey puts the hand inside that earthen pot, tries to take out a moongfali, groundnut, and when the hand is full, the hand doesn't come out and he's stuck. So the monkey doesn't leave the groundnuts and run. And by the time, because monkey is stuck like that, the hunter comes and catches him. Like that. So when a saintly person saw that these birds are getting easily entangled by the hunter's net, he went to the birds and he told that shikari aayega, जाल बिछाएगा, दाना डालेगा, मोह में तुम फंसना नहीं, दाना तुम खाना नहीं. He told like that to the birds. And the birds are birds, right? They don't understand the meaning behind what the saintly person taught. So the saintly person asked these pigeons that what have I taught you? Shikari aayega, जाल बिछाएगा, दाना डालेगा, मोह में तुम फंसना नहीं, दाना तुम खाना नहीं. So the birds exactly repeated what the saintly person told. Saintly person became happy and he came after some time and he saw that those very birds whom he taught got stuck in the net of hunter. He said, what happened? I taught you something. They said, yes. What I taught you? Shikari aayega, जाल बिछाएगा, दाना डालेगा, मोह में तुम फंसना नहीं, दाना तुम खाना नहीं. So he said, what happened? Nothing. Shikari aaya. I mean, even while they were going and sitting in the shikari's net, they were singing. They thought that it is a song. When they saw that the shikari has kept the net, the birds came flying, and while flying, they were singing this song. Shikari aayega, जाल बिछाएगा, दाना डालेगा, मोह में तुम फंसना नहीं, दाना तुम खाना नहीं. They were singing this song and beautifully came and sat and ate the birds. So for most of us, it is like that. These instructions we hear, we sing, we dance, but we don't realize. So to realize this, we need a presence and blessings of great saintly persons. So I seek all the blessings of all the devotees who gave me this opportunity to discuss this in Srimad Bhagavatam. So that these teachings, when they go into the heart and become saturated in our consciousness, only then we can come out. It's not so easy. Even King Pachini Barishat, after 10,000 years of performing fruitive activities, somebody who has little bit of spiritual intelligence, after 10-15 years of his active fruitive activity life, he becomes frustrated. Those who are grahasthas, honest grahasthas trying to progress in Krishna consciousness, you can go and meet them. They will tell in 10-15 years, you'll feel like fed up here with this. But this guy, 10,000 years is performing fruitive activities, still not got fed up. So we need good spiritual instructions, presence of great saintly persons to realize this. Otherwise, it is all these instructions are शिकारी आएगा, जाल बिछाएगा, दाना डालेगा, मोह में तुम फंसना नहीं, दाना तुम खाना नहीं. Anyway, so thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. We can discuss, go on and on, unending topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, but time gives us other services to do. So thank you all very much. If anybody has any questions or any comments, or if His Grace Anand Mahaprabhu would like to add something, please do so. So thank you all very much. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.